Hi, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And the question put to us today is really interesting because hopefully you're not going to take this the wrong way. The question is, why do husbands who are happily married cheat? And the simple answer, honestly, and stay tuned because I'm going to give lots of explanations so you can understand it. The simple answer is that men who are happily married do not cheat. I don't care what you've seen in movies and on television, or even read in books or heard from articles. Happily married men would never cheat. If you have a lily in your hand, why would you crush it? If a man is happily married, it means that he's so in love with his wife that literally every single day is happier than the day before. Now, I know you have not heard this qualification of a happy marriage before. That's because the world is so screwed up when it comes to understanding, or I should say a lack of understanding, about marriage. And hopefully you'll subscribe to this channel so you could learn more about marriage. Maybe you could even read one of my books, or if you need to, if your husband is cheating on you, you probably need the course for women, which will not just help you, it'll completely turn your marriage around. It'll give you the tools you need. So let's get into this. If your husband is telling you, no, I'm totally happily married, honey, but I blah, 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 it's all nonsense. He does not want to trigger you. And so he is pretending that you are fine. It's that old classic, oh no, it's not you, it's me. I'm really happily married, but I got drunk, or I happen to be at a bar with some friends watching naked girls dance. It's all crazy. It's all nonsense. And unfortunately, men and women are taught how to lie effectively in our society. We're taught how to dodge bullets, but we're not taught the most important of all things. What is that? That is that we, and this is not a religious lesson, but it's the truth. We are souls, essentially. Yes, we do have a body. Yes, we do have a mind, but we are souls. And part of that is that we are love. And the thing that we crave more than anything is to have love. One of my heroes, Steve Jobs, died, and as he was leaving, he was telling people, I missed it. This guy had power, money, had it all, but he didn't have love. Now, he didn't know how to frame it. He said, I should have worked on my family, etc. But that's not necessarily it. That is the venue that you are in, the venue I'm in, and most of us are in, which is marriage. And it's literally designed to give us incredible love, incredible happiness, every day better. Love cannot be contained. It is not an emotion. This is what the Western psych world tells us, that love is an emotion, but it is not an emotion. Emotions are software packages in our minds. What love is love is everything. There are many people who interchange the word love and God. The same thing. It has no boundary. It's limitless. And when you feel it, and you have felt it, even when you go to weddings, right? You go to a wedding, you're sitting there, and there's this moment when all of a sudden it's like, bam, your heart opens up. All of us have had that experience, and we almost run away from it because the mind, which is not limitless like love, can't wrap its arms around it. Another time that you have felt love is when you've seen your children asleep, right? I mean, you look at them and you just, oh. Why? They're not doing anything. They're not telling you they love you, but it's the nature of love is giving. And so your heart opens up to them. And we're not taught how to make that happen in our lives or in our marriage, and that is what's missing. And so if your husband is cheating on you, it means he's not having that. It means that you probably squabble, you take each other for granted, you argue over things, you have problems in your marriage, and now we have learned in society to go, oh sure, everyone has problems, everyone fights. There's no fighting in my marriage, and there's no fighting in the marriages where people come to us for marriage help and we teach them. They don't have fighting in their marriage. We don't teach people how to argue better. We teach people how to eliminate the idiotic things that are done that hide the natural love from coming up. So your husband is not happily married. Don't believe it for a minute. I don't care what he says. It's impossible. That's like jumping in the water and going, I'm dry. You're not. If you're cheating on your wife, you're not happily married. Because when you're happily married, there's nothing you wouldn't do for your wife. And ladies, I'm telling you now, you have all the power to become his queen, to make yourself the only thing he thinks about all day. But you're not taught any of this. Now you're experiencing what I like to call a wake-up call. Don't pretend it's not happening. Don't pretend it'll pass. Don't listen to him when he says, oh no, it was a one-time thing. Don't take any of that in and believe it. Look at what's actually happening and realize, look, ask yourself, you're happily married? Probably not. But if you were happily married, really happily married, and use my standards, don't use these worldly standards. What are the standards for a happy marriage? Number one, happiness is ever increasing every single day. You should expect that. You can and should make that happen. Ever increasing happiness. The other, and I call these the promises of marriage. The other is ever expanding love. Why is it ever expanding? Well, love has no boundaries, but our mind is everlasting, and we have to push it out so it could experience that love, and it grows every single day. Don't waste your marriage. Do something. Don't listen to the BS. Put that aside. Deal with what's real. It is your right to be ever increasingly happy and ever expanding love. Go to our website, see what we have. We have a couple of books. We have Breaking the Cycle, Lessons for a Happy Marriage, and we have a course for women, and you may be needing that. And definitely subscribe to this channel, and definitely like this video, and leave a comment. And thank you for spending time with me. I want to help you. Been doing this since 2001, and I used to be a divorce mediator. It's much more fun to help people save their marriage and have a great marriage. Much more fun than helping them figure out a child sharing plan and who gets what furniture. It's much more fun because the success that you'll feel when your marriage is working can't even be described. It's so beautiful. So once again, thank you. God bless you, and take care.